Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of Car Manufacturer, where when you ma- when where when you ma- we manufacture cars. I'm sorry, it's been it got a little difficult there for a second. All right. So last time we left off on on the update of uh, the uh, the factory, and also we added a new factory here, and also we ended up on my realization that I should have been stacking stations so that I'll be making multiple of the same car. So you know what, that's what we're gonna start with today. We're going to expand this one a little bit so we can add stations here on the back, and we start manufacturing more cars. But before then, we need to have the possibility to hire more people, so we can work more efficiently. Last time we had dedicated people working on cars, and it was this station where we only had one mechanic working on this. And as I said, it's okay because we want this car to be produced as slowly as possible because we are setting it at a very high markup, and so it's okay if it is not being produced very quickly. Also, what we have, we have 8,000 of money, and we have been profitable more or less. We are kind of breaking even, but we have had some gain, some increase in our bottom end, so it's good. We're in a good shape. We're doing good. It's a decade later, and we have new cars that we've been producing, which is awesome. And also, the cars are not staying too long on the lot, so that means it's good. I don't want to be playing on low speed, so we're gonna increase the speed here, so kind of like move along a bit quicker. I don't know if it is recommended to do so or not, but it seems like, at least to my experience, that this is the speed that where the game is playable. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I like speed. All right, so let's see a popular car that we're actually selling. We're selling a lot of. So we're making two revolutions. We have two lines producing the revolution. We have two lines producing. Oh, yeah. So two lines producing the Duke 2, and we have two lines producing the Duke 3, and then these are two cars with one line each. We're gonna add a line here because I think we could. So I will add a line here to produce two times this car. Oh, this is the Duke 3. I thought we have introduced. Oh, I forgot. I thought we have introduced a new car, but apparently we didn't. Oh yes, we're only selling 4. Alright, okay, that's fine. So we're producing three Duke 3s, and it's very popular. So yes, I think we could afford uh, to produce more. And I also wanted to test this connection in series. So we're going to add another production. So it is the Duke 3. I can change it. Does it have to be the same color? So if I put two assembly lines, one after the other, they necessarily produce the same car, no? What happens if I select this one? Ah, I see. So I can only produce the same car in the same production line. Well, that makes sense. Can I change the color? Can I say I want a red one, for example? Oh, so this changes both of them. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So I thought, okay, all right, I see. Okay, makes sense. Actually, it doesn't make sense. There should be it should be possible to have like two cars in the same assembly line. Like it would make less sense to have different types of cars on the same assembly line, I guess. But it should make sense to have like different colors. But maybe that's an unlockable. I'm not sure. Maybe we can unlock that at some point. So let's look at the tree and kind of like think about what we want. So last time we talked about added dumbbells to transporters, and I think it's time to do that. I think we can afford it. I also wanted to upgrade this, but I think we have, I don't know, maybe we're gaining, I don't know if we're gaining money quick enough to spend 5,000. I gotta think about it and then back to it later. So now we can upgrade most certainly to advertisement, but I think I'll have to wait a bit. I don't want to spend like more half than my money and then spend a lot of time waiting for it to get back. I think it's a bit risky, so we're gonna keep that for a bit. We should also buy advanced toolbox. There is speed improvement. I think we can afford this one now, because it adds medium tools. All right, so the current one is the basic tools, and then we add two medium tools to unlock the speed improvement, which is good. And we could also buy, we can buy this now, which I think I'll buy. So we have increased the speed to 20%, and I think it still costs 1,500, so we're gonna do up to 30%. Cool. All right, so as I said before, the electrical consumption, it doesn't seem to be capped at all, at least not for now. So what I'm gonna do is maybe plan ahead. It costs 2,000. Maybe we should buy one. What does this do? Unlock the higher limit for energy supply from the city network. City power price minus 10%. Oh, so the cost of electricity becomes cheaper. How much are we paying? We're paying $9 a month. So practically we can have almost $1 less per month. We save $1 per month, and it will take us 2,000 months to get back our investment. I see. Okay, so the parking lot, I don't see benefit for that. Not yet. Shredding station. I still don't see benefit for this, unless it has to do with this. But I didn't see anyone bringing in their cars to be scrapped. So I don't know how useful this is, unless we are scrapping our cars in the yard. And then there is this one, which costs a lot, but it does increase the quality. Okay. What's this one? So this is in development, so it really doesn't mean anything to us, at least for now. Bigger couches may be interesting, but I think I'm gonna focus on kind of like life improvement for our staff is what we're gonna focus on. So we've bought this dumbbells for the transporters, and this is what we're gonna add so that our transporters have things to do while they're resting. So here are your dumbbells. You're gonna add a set here too. There you go. And now you're good. Let's click on here. Let's see if we should add an order. No, I think we don't have to add any order here. We just need to assign an engineer, a mechanic, to work on this line here. So let's go here. So we need 6,000. I think we've been, at least I've noticed that we've we've been buying some improvement and we get back to 10,000 very quickly. So I'm gonna take the risk and I'm gonna buy this 6,000 upgrade. Alright, so we have now 3,000 left. And we should... Oh no, I made a mistake. This is not the one I wanted to buy. Oh, man. Oh man, what was I thinking? This is not the one I wanted to buy. This is for a bigger slot. This is for more slots, for more sales slots. This is the one I wanted to buy, the 4,000. We're gaining money very quickly, so I think we're gonna buy this very shortly. In the meantime, maybe it's not, you know, it happened by mistake, but maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe you could add another sales slot, and maybe we sell another car. We introduce a new model for sales. Right? We'll add a desk here. So we're actually short on salesmen, I think. We only have 3 for 5 cars now. Since this car is gonna be in production, is not yet in production, we're just gonna put it for advertisement for now. And this car will be selling is, you guessed it, the Brat. Alright, we're gonna price it at a 100%, a whopping 100%. We're gonna advertise it heavily on all of them, and we're gonna wait until we amass sufficient money for us to unlock more workers, as we should have done before. And oh, we have 4 salesmen, so I guess it's fine. I guess I guess they can handle for 5 cars. All right. So and also we're selling all of the cars off of the lot. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look. Okay, so we're selling. All the cars are selling, and they're selling fine. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do a bit of optimization. I'm going to move some of my production lines kind of like back to back. So instead of having 2 separate lines producing the same car in parallel, we're gonna optimize that so we can be producing more cars in sequence. Alright, so now we're gonna add another station so that we can start producing. So we're gonna add another station to produce the Duke 3. So we're producing 3 different colors of the Duke 3 now, and I think we're gonna go back to. You see, this is the problem with having production in sequence, is that we get to only make one color. We cannot make a lot of colors, but I don't think that makes a lot of difference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this line so until this car finishes, and then I'm gonna add 1 production line at the back here to produce more Duke 3s. And then what I'm gonna do once this is finished, right, I will move the mechanics working on this to work on this line. So we test it out, we see what happens, right? And we're gonna start producing the Brat on this line. And once we have enough money, and we are very close to that, we'll hire more mechanics to work on the Brat, and then we'll start selling it. Looks like a good plan. So I see the Duke 3 is almost overtaking the Revolution in popularity. I think it's a very popular car, which is good. So we would be focusing more on this car than the other. So yeah, it makes sense. We're pricing this at 90% while this is at 100%. This is why this is catching up to it in popularity. It's because it's cheaper. It's not. I think it's not cheaper, but we are taking less profit on it. I mean, these two are going to be more profitable cars. Well, this is the most profitable, but we're not producing a lot of it. But these are going to be the most profitable cars since we'll be making kind of like 500 on each, almost 600 bucks on each sale, which is good. All right. That car is empty. This one, now we get to remove 2 mechanics from this assembly line and add 2 mechanics to this assembly line. Alright? It's working. So let's see what happens here. Do they start working on a car on this? They don't seem like they're... What's going on here? Does this car need to finish being produced before they start kind of working here? Okay, this doesn't make sense. Should I cancel this order and put it here? Maybe this is the one. Maybe I edited it. No, but I cannot do anything about it unless I just remove it. How about this one? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't. Like, what's the use of having 2 production lines? I guess I'll have to figure this out later on. It doesn't make sense to me that they are not working on this. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna figure this out later on. So I'm gonna switch this line to start producing the brat. We'll produce the brat in a fancy dark blue color. And we're gonna buy this upgrade so that we can hire more people. And we would hire 2 more mechanics. A good mechanic and a weak mechanic. And then we go here and we'll add 2 mechanics. It seems like I can add 6 mechanics. What? Why is that? Why do I have 6 mechanics available? Back up. Back up for a sec. So we have 5 lanes here and 3 lanes here, which are 8 lanes. So it should be 16 mechanics. Why is it all of a sudden why can I assign more mechanics to these lanes all of a sudden? I see. There are 2 2 mechanics on this. There are 2 mechanics on this. 2 mechanics on this. Two on this and 2 on this. And 2 on this. For some reason we have extra mechanics. I don't know. It makes no sense anymore. I thought I knew what was going on. Apparently I don't. And now there are 3 mechanics left idle, and I don't think there are any idle mechanics at all. Oh, there is only 1 mechanic left because no, we're 17. Oh, I see. I understand. I understand now. I understand it better. So we have 2 mechanics per line, which are 8 lines, which means that we have 16 mechanics working and 1 mechanic extra. I think I've added mechanics last time and I didn't notice. Sorry about that. I think I just got confused for a second. All right, so we have 1 mechanic left. I'm gonna keep him in reserve for now, as all lines have a sufficient number of mechanics working. Transporters, I think we have enough transporters. We just need to hire 1 more salesman. Let's hire this one. And let's... Is it produced yet? Not yet. We're just gonna release it anyway, I think. There we go. It have gained popularity already very quickly. Okay, so are we producing any cars here or are we not? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm confused about all of this. So we have a new sports car. This is the Spider 2. So this will be introduced instead of the first Spider, and it's gonna be even more expensive. We're gonna roll the dice again since the other one is it takes too much time. 6,000 is gonna be. So I only hire. I'm only keeping 1 researcher for now because research is just happening far too quick. Maybe it becomes intense later on and it requires to hire more researchers later, but at the moment I don't see that. I don't see a reason. I don't see that necessary. So we'll keep it like this for now. And we're actually setting a lot. We're setting everything that we're producing. I just gotta figure out if this is something I misunderstood or is it just a bug. I'll just figure it out later. I'm not gonna waste much time on this. So what's next? All right. So we want to go to the next level of advertisement, and also maybe we can, in meantime, since it's a bit expensive, we can also go to the next level of expertise for salesmen. Yeah, we want to buy that. We want to pretty much buy that because this is very necessary, so that we have more successful sales. Right. So we have a bunch of upgrades to do for our workers, but let's go ahead and increase the size of the restroom. I think I can add 1 more here, kind of like a resting room for the salesman, but I think they have a door here, so it kind of like the access is very quick. Hopefully they're accessing it. And so let's expand the area, and let's now add television. so they can watch TV. Alright, so we only have television. Since we have two of them, let's add another TV and another TV. So now we have 5, we have 3 TVs, and so 3 of them can watch watch the TV at a time, and hopefully be better at sales and not spend all their time watching TV and not selling cars. That would be a shame if that happens. Alright. I'm thinking, do I change the color of this car? Yeah. Let's shake it up a bit. Let's introduce the black version of the Spider. Let's check our employees. Let's see if they're actually improving. This employee right here, he's 1. I mean, it seems like 3 is the maximum. So here we have this guy needs a rest. Okay, so they're resting. All right, cool. So 1, 2, 3. I think we have 3 employees of level 1. We're gonna check back with them later. And we have 1 salesman of level 2. And the scientist, we have nothing for scientists for now. And as for mechanics, we have plenty of mechanics that are of level 1. And if they increase above this level, then we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. All right. So our parking lot it's of moderate size, and yet it's still empty. Though we have 8 production lines producing cars constantly. Our sales team is doing a pretty good job selling the cars. So let's go back to the tree and see if we can grow the popularity. I think we can afford these. We can afford these, so I think we will do it. What is this? Promotional objects. All right, we can do this as well, because this kind of increases the probability of success for our sales. Let's see if we have space for it. Let's see. Sales. And oh, this is here. I thought we put this outside. All right, let's cram this in the corner here. It only costs us 90, so it's not a big deal. All right, so I put a shelves here, so I'm gonna put it here instead. There we go. It says there is a big sale. Just today, big sale. We're not offering any sales though. So that's false advertisement there. Right there. Alright. Let's check. What else do we have? So these brand popularity ones are very worthwhile for us. So we want to max these out as soon as possible, because this is gonna allow us to make more money. And I think this is the cheapest one. It's 6,000. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. All right, we're back to the bottom, but I think we'll come out of it very quickly. I have confidence in our ability to come back, since we're actually I think we became very popular and we are selling. Let's check the popularity of our cars. It seems like we're at 1.8. If you remember last time it was 1.4, and before that it was 1.2, and now we're gaining, so we're actually having good popularity growth, and the cars are selling very, very, very well. Now I'm thinking, should I replace this one? I think we've been selling this one for very long, and we're not making. So what car are we making the least on in each sale? It's the Duke 2. I think we should replace the Duke 2, if you ask me. because it's not expensive enough. I think we're producing a car. We're taking time to produce this car, and if we can produce a more expensive car in the same amount of time, I think we should be producing a different car. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I will stop production on the Duke 2. And I'll start producing a more expensive car. I mean, it's very popular, but I think I'm gonna retire it. We've been selling this car for a very long time now. Let's check. Yeah, we've been selling this car for 5 years. I think it's time to retire it. I was also selling beside the Duke 3, so I think it's, you know, it had its time under the sun. We should quit ahead while we're ahead. We should quit while we're ahead. Alright, so that one is going. I think we have in the catalog, we have a more expensive car to sell. Oh, in fact, we don't. We don't. We have this car, but I think this one is gonna hardly... I think it's obsolete by now. It's going to hardly... I mean, this one looks more modern than this one. It's less heavier, so I think, and it has the same specs, so I think this one is way more efficient than this. So yeah, I think we have to wait until the research is done on this car. Which is gonna take an awfully long time since we have only one researcher. I think it is time for us to hire another researcher. Alright, so we're hiring the second researcher to kind of speed up the research on that car. And we're gonna resume production on the Duke 2 meanwhile, because we want it to continue selling until we have we are done researching that car, and maybe even go to the tree, the research tree. So this one decreases the chance of discovering an obsolete. So this one is always good. This one unlocks the research, which improves the development process. It's cheap, so I think we can take it. This one improves the chance of discovering the futuristic blueprint, which, okay, this is a good one. We're gonna keep it, and we'll take it. And this one is unlock research on objects, which improve discovering process. All right, we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna circle back to this later. It's it's 1500. We are down to 4000, so I think that's enough for now. So what did we buy? I thought we got some. Alright, so this is the grinder. Alright, we're gonna put it in the corner here. Come on, turn the right way. You know what? It doesn't matter. You know, you can work on it like this. So we'll introduce this car to replace the Duke 2, so we can be making a higher margin on the car. Alright. I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense. If the two cars take the same time to produce, but one sells for kind of like a higher margin. No, it's not a higher margin in terms of percentage, but it makes more money basically on every transaction. Then we should not be wasting our time. It's less efficient. Okay, I'm very inclined to add a new lane to test this thing. And you know what? Maybe, you know, just maybe, what I'll be doing. Alright, I'll do a little bit of a modification here to prepare for that. So I'm gonna extend the size of this, then push, not that, push this back, and push this back so we have enough space. I think we have enough space to fit a new station here. And so once we have our blueprint of the other car, I will dismantle this station and then build it differently from the ground up and see if the problem is that we're adding to the back of it while we shouldn't. Basically, we shouldn't do that. I'll try that and see if that has any effect on the process. Since we're stopping the Duke 2 anyway, so it'll be a good opportunity for us to test. Alright, so this is going, I think it's going fast, but it's not going as fast as I want it to be. It's not going as fast as I want it to go. So maybe I'm gonna hire a third researcher. How about that? He's cheap as well. So let's give him a station. Alright, so I put the station the wrong way. You know what? We're gonna have to play around with this. So I'll put this here. I'll put that here. So now we have three researchers and 3 stations. This should finish very quickly. Alright, so we're advancing much quicker on the science now, because we added 2 researchers that were better than the researcher we had before. They're both at level 3, and so they are working much faster than he was, and we're almost finished with this car. And since this car is almost finished, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna stop production on the Duke 2 in both lines until these cars are finished and driven to the lot, and then once this is finished, we're gonna be introducing it. Also, look at our electrical consumption. Man, this electrical consumption had jumped up to $26 per month. This is absurd. We have to buy the electrical improvement now. I think it became very necessary. Come on. Yeah, I mean, now we're saving money. I didn't know that it becomes more expensive with time. Alright, so this is gonna be the Duke 4. Very original. So, the Duke 4. There we go. We're introducing the Duke 4 to the market. So, we'll be researching a new car. Oh, this one looks cool, man. This is gonna make us a lot of money, I know it. Alright, so since we're done here, we're gonna introduce the Duke 4. There we go. Duke 4, yes. Add production line. And launch production. The Duke 2 is already sold, and we no longer have any more Duke 2s being produced, so it's safe to switch to the Duke 4, having all advertisement activated, and also making 100% of the car, which, see, it makes us a lot of money. If it takes the same time to produce, it makes us 2 times the money per car, which is awesome. Now we go to and do our experiment here and see what happens, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to remove this station. We're going to pause for a bit. then we're going to add a station in the back and a station in the front. Now you see, this is what I was talking about, right? So you see now this sign here is at the back. It's not the front, it's no longer at the front anymore. And I don't know if we did it the right way this time or not. I'm not sure. But I hope we did. So we can kind of produce two cars at the same time, or produce two cars, a single car twice as fast. Hopefully. Alright, so we're selecting the Duke 4. We'll keep it in yellow, it's okay. And we're gonna add water. There we go. Let's resume now and see what happens. Now, should we adopt the strategy of as soon as we have a new model, we retire the old model and we start producing the new model immediately? That way we can start producing the Spider 2 instead of the Spider 3, instead of Spider 1, I'm sorry. And that means that we'd be making more money on that model of the car if it is being produced in the same amount of time. I mean, we'll lose on the popularity probably. It would be less popular. I mean, this car is very popular right now. It has exploded in popularity. It's not been produced just yet, but I think I'm gonna release it anyway, so that once it hits the parking lot, it gets sold. Alright, we still only have a single car in the production line. Maybe I understood this the wrong way. Yeah, I think I understood this the wrong way. I don't understand. Why? It's like, is it because they are too close? Are they supposed to be separated from each other? Kind of like three down the line, and we have to put 2 more engineers in this. I really don't know. It seems weird to me that we have 2 assembly lines, but we're only assembling a single car. I thought we would be assembling kind of like 2 cars in a row, and then we'd send them off one after the other, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Unless they are not separated, they're not far enough from each other to be kind of like useful in that sense. Maybe I'll have to do a test and see if that test, I think I'm gonna have to rebuild the factory if this is the case. I think I'm gonna wait until we accumulate enough money, and then maybe I'll just pause and rebuild the entire factory. It's not worth it for a test, but I think it'll be worth it to try and rebuild the entire factory and see if we can make it more efficient, because this doesn't make sense to me. And maybe it's just because they are close to each other. Well, we're gonna have to save on electrical power and remove these because they're doing nothing. And so I'll have to remove them for now. We cannot remove this. Oh, actually we can. I mean, it pushes back, but we can remove it. It's a bit ugly now, but I think I'm gonna have to wait until we accumulate enough money and redo the entire factory in a way that makes it so we find the best configuration for this to work. And as for now, I think it's we've been at this for long enough, so I'm gonna leave this here, and we're gonna pick it up in the next episode. If you watch this and you like it, please please hit like and subscribe, because it is the only way you communicate. Of course, you can comment as well if you'd like, but no pressure. It is the only way you communicate for me your engagement. And if you don't like this, well, what can I say? That's fair enough. Alright, so I'm gonna leave you here, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Au revoir.